What is this, mint?
You know what would have to happen, Dave? You have to move like
Mint. You got mint in the mouth. How much is it?
10.50. According to what we saw on
How much is it?
10.50. According
Hey, Dan and Candy. Are we going? Weird. Okay. Let me see why. Let's go. Alright, let's try this. Alright, video is still frozen. Alright, looks like it popped over to me. So, let me try popping it back over there again. So, let's see. Alright, there we go. For some reason it froze. Alright, looks like, let me go ahead here. Play this again. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play this one more time just to people coming over from Chris's stream. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, let's see who we got. Alright. Hello guys, we're back. Back from Germany. So, welcome back to the stream. Happy Tuesday night to you guys, or I guess if it's earlier where you're at, or later, happy either morning or afternoon. So let's see who we got here. Got Dan's here, Candy is here, let's see, you got Denny's Aquatics is here, Don Gallagher, Pam's here. Patricia Kloppel is here. Hi, Patricia. Daryl is here. Chewy's here as well. Candy's back again. Thank you, Candy, for modding. And congratulations as well on completing Caleb's treatments. I was in Germany last week, but I did take note of that on the first. So definitely pretty cool stuff. Scott is here from King and Queen Cichlids. For you guys just coming in, I'm going to pop the koi video back up again. I took this at Koletsu, which is basically the German equivalent of PetSmart. So it's pretty awesome. So let me pop this opening back up again. All right, we're back. So let me see if I didn't. What did I do now? I lost my chat. All right, hold on a minute. All right, there we go. Yeah, I lost my chat for a minute. I clicked something, unfortunately. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Full Moon Aquatics is here as well. So I had it on Top Chat, and unfortunately I missed you. So I apologize. All right. So real quick here, we're going to do our really quick plug for the MBI, which is coming up very soon, a few weeks here. It's going to be the July 26th and through 28th at the Cranbrook Institute of Science. So definitely check it out if you're in the Michigan area. Just so you guys know what this is. Basically, it's, to my knowledge, the only marine captive breeding conference held in the world. So we get some pretty cool people come in. They talk about saltwater captive breeding. In the past, we've had people talk about the first people to breed the blue tangs, the yellow tangs, a few other different species. Definitely a very cool event. So you get to meet some cool people as well. So definitely really cool stuff. See, Aaron Jones is here. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Let me see. Quantum Star is here as well. So, hey, Melvin. Hey, Keith Bordley. So, let's see. We got that out of the way. Let us go real quick here. And we'll start the Germany recap. So the first little bit of it is going to be some of the sites and stuff like that, and then we'll get deeper into the fish stuff, because I know you guys are here for the fish, but I'm going to show you a little bit of what we saw in Heidelberg as well. So let me go ahead here and I'll pop the slideshow up, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, this first picture is, I think you guys recognize the Slime Doctor, who was here at the last stream and gave you a in-depth tour of the fish barn in a different light, we'll call it. Let me see here. Sorry for a second. I'm just going to. I need to get something up on my screen over here. All right. All right. So it looks like Ed is here. Hey, I know her, nothing but honesty out of her mouth. No, that was not my payback, unfortunately. But could be. Hey, Ed Young, how's it going? Glad you could join us. The Cove is here as well. Welcome. So this is where we stayed. Yep, Matt Peterson is going to speak at that workshop. Yes, he is. I've known Matt for quite a long time now. He's a great guy. Definitely fun to talk to. Knows a ton of stuff. So definitely check Matt out. He's actually coming back to Michigan, I think, in August to speak in Grand Rapids. So definitely someone you get to meet if you go to the MBI. So this is where we stayed. This hotel has been there since 1472. So that gives you a very interesting, perspective if you have not been to Europe about how old Europe is in general. Like, stuff is like from the 1400s, where there's nothing, or there's very few things floating around in America from the 1400s. So let's go back here. Oops. All right, so this is the Neckar River. This is Heidelberg itself. You can see that's the church, whose name I forgot. This is called the Alterbrücke, which is the old bridge. Got the spires at the end of it. Chris is here. How's it going? So if you guys, what was I gonna say? Oh, if you guys come an hour before, Chris streams an hour before me. So definitely check Chris's channel out and check Chris out. That'd be 8 o'clock Eastern time, my time. So wherever you are in the world from there, definitely check that out. So heading now, this is the famous castle in Heidelberg. This is a shot during the day. Sorry, you can see basically part of it did burn down. There's a ceremony which I was going to research, but I didn't get to. Didn't get a chance to. Scott, I use a Sony Canon SL2. So actually, I have two of them because I broke it and I didn't want to wait for it to get repaired. So use a Canon SL2. I shot that actually with a 50mm lens. So yeah, I never met Dave's Nanotank, but definitely sorry for his loss for sure. All right, so that's the castle in Heidelberg. Yep, this is in Heidelberg. It's sort of southern Germany, I guess. Full Moon Aquatics. Scott, I would actually recommend that you get the Canon M50 instead of the SL2. It's a newer model. It's got better video. So I bought this, and then literally like 2 months later, it's like, oh, you should all get the Canon M50. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I have these now, so. All right, so this, not as good of a picture. I didn't realize on the big screen it would be as blurry, but that's the castle at night. And then, yep, that's the famous castle from Heidelberg, Melvin. So, literally, that's was literally like down the street from us. And then this is inside of the castle. And we literally went there the first day, right off the plane. Literally slept an hour on the plane. So traveling with an 11 and an 8-year-old, you don't get a lot of sleep. But definitely something, definitely kept us busy. I did have to take an hour nap or so. But we got through the first day. It was pretty tough. And then another part of the castle here. And then this picture was one of the reasons we went to Heidelberg. My wife actually participated in this program. She didn't go to Heidelberg University in Ohio, but she did go to Albion College. And she did participate in this. So she actually still knew some of the people who were working at it. So we really got to see a lot of different things, too, because she knew people. And just so you guys know, my wife is actually a German teacher, so she speaks fluent German. So we didn't really have too much trouble getting around, talking to people, etc. But that picture is kind of one of the reasons we went. This is just the top of the church. This is the inside of the church. That's the altar right there. And then this is the cross that they had in the middle of the church that I thought was pretty cool. So whenever you go to Europe, I lived in Europe for a while after college, and I think I visited more churches then than I had visited in my entire life. So when you go to Europe, you go and basically go to all of these different churches, and just for the architecture alone, you know, we're not going to talk religion or politics here, but that was pretty interesting to see that. That was a pretty neat piece of art. And then those are the stained glass. And then, did I lose you guys in chat? All right. So I took a picture in front of this and sent it to the aquarium group support. And you can find tacos in Germany. So definitely you can take all kinds of different food. That's the. My wife also went to Germany and a second time and taught at the. This is a high school, so this is the Helmholtz Gymnasium, which is the school she taught at. So we actually got to go in and speak to basically like an 11th grade German class. So they were about, the way that their school worked, they were about 17, 18 years old. And they were very, it was a pretty cool experience. Actually, one of my favorite parts of the trip. For 17 to 18-year-old kids, they had quite a bit of knowledge on a lot of the world affairs. They knew a lot about our politics here. That's a gymnasium. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? They had quite a few different. We talked a lot about guns. So they asked us a lot of questions. So they were taking their English class. And they came in. One guy had actually lived in Montana, Candy, so I kind of thought of you. He lived on a ranch in Montana for a year when he took his year abroad. And definitely very interesting. They asked us a lot about gun control, a little bit about our current president, which I won't get into. Let me see what else. There was just what it was like to be a kid, a kid in America. We talked. They were taken aback quite a bit about the lockdown stuff that they go through in schools. I don't know if you have kids in school now. There's lockdown drills, so they're definitely something that took them aback quite a bit. So. All right, so now we're going to get into Frankfurt. We spent the last 2 days in Frankfurt. Unfortunately, I did a bad job of noting what the buildings are. But we took a boat tour, and this was one of the churches of... Actually, I do know what this church is. Sorry, this was... don't know the name of it, but it was like the first church that was rebuilt after World War II when Frankfurt was bombed, during World War II. Scott, if I'm waiting for Jimmy to block me so he doesn't answer any more camera questions. So that's there. That's another church in Frankfurt as well. One of the things I found pretty interesting about Frankfurt was it was a very big mix of old and new. There wasn't a lot for the kids to do just because it's more of a business city. If they were a little bit older, there was quite a few interesting museums and things like that. But we did take this boat ride, which was pretty interesting. And then we're going to start getting into some of the fish stuff. So, if you guys follow Corey, which I'm sure you do, this store, maybe it gives Jimmy nightmares, I don't know. But it's called Kolitzo, which is the... basically the German version of PetSmart. Oh, Corey who? Yeah. I give them bad information. Hey, Valley Fish, how's it going? Yeah, so we've got Kolitzo there. It's basically like a 3-story pet store. But definitely, there's going to be a video coming out Sunday on this. But I do have some footage for you as well. But one of the things I really want to make note of here, this is something I thought was pretty cool. This is basically an aquascaping little vat here. It's even measured out for you. So basically you can take all of your different rocks from there and you can put that in the in that little area there and can aquascape it. So pretty cool. And then I thought this was pretty cool too. They sold different backdrops just there in the store. And then this was a picture my daughter took, stretched out a little bit. But this was at a different store I went to, so I did go to 2 stores. This was called Zomai, and that was actually in downtown Frankfurt. And this is a rabbit cage. And this rabbit cage, the picture doesn't do it justice, but that rabbit cage is huge. And there was only 2 rabbits in it. And I know Corey has made this point quite a few times on his channel about the treatment of like the animals in Germany. And my daughter thought the same thing. So, yeah, there's even like a little, they can make it even a little divider. So, definitely, you know, this rabbit had like a huge cage to walk around in. Definitely bigger than you would find in your local store here. And my daughter was very, hey, Oddball Aquatics, how's it going? So, definitely pretty interesting how they treat their animals. So let's head on, and I think that was the last slide. And so let me do that. And all right, so now I'm going to show you guys the little bit of a snippet of some of the footage of the fish, at least from Kolitso. Just to give you guys a little bit of a taste. So this was the koi tank that was in the beginning. This is actually like right when you walk into the store. You can walk in and see this, see all of these koi, and you can actually pay €1, and you can feed the koi. And then if you put your camera up, they know that they think the food's coming. I don't think I had a euro coin with me, so they decided to not. They didn't get to eat. So this is kind of the walk. I should have cut this part out, but if you walk towards here, speed it up a little, I guess. You get a bunch of animals and stuff, and then you're actually going to head downstairs. And remember, this is their Petco. So this is insane. So there's a nano tank there. With I think there's like Blue Dream shrimp. And then if you go to the next tank, this is a Dennerle. It was a Dennerle cube. I didn't find any fish in here, but it was just a planted tank. And then, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. And then another tank with some. Oh, all right, I went too fast. So this was pretty cool. There was a CO. That's CO2. This is a brine shrimp hatchery, which I thought was awesome. I almost bought this thing. But I was afraid I'd break it going through customs, and then you walk through here and you see a bunch of CO2 stuff. I don't know how any of it worked, but definitely some pretty interesting equipment. You've got the Oliver Knott plant tank right there, and then a little bit of salt water. And then we're going to flip through here, some tanks. Yeah, so this was just going to be a little bit of a snippet. The video is going to come out Sunday. I'm still working on editing it, and you're going to get dizzy here for a second. And there's some other fish in here. Just give it a second. Alright, so... Alright, some more salt water. That's a, what is that? I'm drawing a blank. But, it's a dotty back. And then some clownfish. The salt water was a little bit, was pretty run-of-the-mill, but they was all really well kept. And so some Bangais there. That's another wrasse. And this is basically, yeah, I've got a phone gimbal, but I don't have the camera gimbal. So, like, I apologize for the video on this. This is unedited too, so this was just basically the raw footage. I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. This was one of the reef tanks there that they had set up. There's a jawfish in there, some green star polyps, and then so this is a frag tank, some chromis, and then some bigger corals in there. Yeah, so they had tons of awesome display tanks in here too. And then we're gonna get to some of the saltwater or freshwater stuff real quick. And like I said, I edited a lot of this out in the video. Jimmy, the gimbal for the SL2. So these are some like Venustus that were in this tank. And then I think that one was even holding. And then we've got some Borlei right there. There's a holding female there as well. Yeah, this. And then, all right. Then we've got some Swedish Hongai here, which look way better than the ones I have. If this would ever focus. Oh, don't buy it. He stole it. Did he steal it from Corey? Is he gonna like Corey like? Hey, that's my scheme to get Corey to come to the fish bar is to steal his gimbal, so he has to come and get it back. These are some, I think these were some Gilead chromis. And then in here also, I thought was pretty cool, is they had some Cyprochromis in one of these tanks as well. So, yeah, there they are. There's some Cyprochromis right there, as well as some Shelleys. Again, this is like the German Walmart. So... Again, I apologize for the shakiness on this a little bit. I do need a gimbal. So, this is going to focus back in again here. And those are some Lupi that were in there, if you can see them. But this is the last piece of this. You know, you're at the PetSmart and they have Tropheus, which was awesome. And then got some discus, and then some more discus. And they're all super healthy too. And you'll see that in the video on Sunday that it's like the fish are super healthy. Some rainbow fish, and then going to here. This I thought was really cool. If you look at the look at this one, these guys are it froze. Sweet. Just as you get to that that rainbow fish, it's I know they don't come that way here in the U.S., but sorry for freezing. Let's try this. Nope, I think that's it. All right. So Sunday I may do a premiere. So let me do that. So I may do a premiere on Sunday. So stay tuned. I'll probably do it. If I do a premiere for this video, I will do it in the afternoon. Obviously not when anyone else is streaming. So, just wanted to give you guys a taste of what the fish keeping was like in Germany. Because it was definitely very different. You know, I didn't go to anyone's house or to anywhere else because it was a family vacation, right? So I didn't have a lot of time to go. But I did try to go see some things. The best part of the trip really was really I liked the school. The school was a lot of fun. That was a really fun day. So definitely something. It was pretty eye-opening to see you know the reaction of those kids to some of the issues and stuff like that, and have a very open and honest conversation that a lot of us here we wouldn't have with each other. So it was I thought a pretty enlightening thing. Jimmy, you use gimbal with handle or mountable more. Favorite food I ate. Honestly, I went and had a good cheeseburger at a restaurant that was on kind of like the main street. That was kind of the best food I had. But, yeah, Jimmy, what gimbal would you recommend for an SL2? So this is so Scott was asking earlier what I use. So this is, so this is the camera I use right here. got the macro lens on it. SL2. And then this is the other one with the Rode mic on it. So I got... it was a really good cheeseburger. I did go to the taco place. The taco place was not very good, honestly. But we had the traditional German breakfast, but they didn't make eggs. My daughter hated the egg. My youngest one really didn't want the German breakfast, and I really hate to say this, but she really wouldn't eat much. So we did end up at McDonald's a couple times, which my wife went more than I did. So, all right, Jimmy, thanks for coming by. I do appreciate it. So, stop saying I tried Burger King tacos and I about died. It was horrible. Oh, hey, is that AJ from, so Arthur Town is here, which I think is AJ. Used to live in Michigan. So a Germany breakfast, Patricia, is basically a lot of eggs, or not eggs, but a lot of bread. So I literally ate a ton of croissants. By jerk over there. So sorry, I got tied up with chat for a minute. So Germany breakfast is going to be a lot of croissants, bread, biscuits. They also had prosciutto and shaved salmon, which an 11-year-old and 8-year-old are not going to eat prosciutto and shaved salmon. Just not going to be. There's some cheese. Yep, definitely some cheese. They had an apricot smoothie that was pretty good. See what else there was. Orange juice. We did get eggs though, which was good. Hey Scott. Have a good night, Scott. Thanks for coming by. Yep. So, yeah, Jimmy might be picking the wrong person to fight with Candy. So, one thing I do want to do is I did pick up some things in Germany as well that I wanted to show you guys. I didn't bring home any fish or plants or anything. But wanted to show you some of the, really kind of unbox some of the things I picked up. Because I wanted to bring some things back to show you guys. The fish-wise, there really wasn't anything I couldn't get. I mean, the Cyprichromis are hard to find, even here in Cichlid Town. You normally don't walk into a lot of the pet stores here and find, Venustus, especially that big. Hey, Lumpy Dog's here. Thanks for the love, Scott. Let me see what else. The one thing I was kind of excited to see that I didn't see, and maybe that was just based on listening to Corey, was the guppies. I wanted to see some really crazy guppies, but I went to Petco, so I kind of shouldn't expect that. So let's go ahead here and check out what we got. And we're going to unbox some of this while we're here. So the first thing here is the EasyNet XL. And I needed a big net. I have some bigger fish. And I liked how this was constructed. So I'm going to pull this out. And if you see here, I mean, I like this big, thick plastic side on it instead of the metal. Yeah, and I know there was a lot of guppy breeders, but like I said, I didn't go to the right spots, I don't think. So this was a pretty cool little item. Alright. So the next thing here is I I'd bought a lot of stuff at Cole's though, so when I went to Zumai, which was later on, like I always try to buy something, but I bought just a random plastic plant. Hey DPK, how's it going? So you know, one of the weighted plants. So I'm gonna stick this in one of the tanks. I should have bought another one. It's actually kind of soft. It's kind of an interesting feel to it. We'll set that over there on the computer. All right. The next thing I bought was I actually bought a book in German. It's called Aquarist, basically Aquaristik for Einsteiger, which means basically aquariums for beginner. So I guess we'll call it some great ferts in Germany too. Yeah, they had quite a few fertilizers. I didn't get good video of it. I've got like 46 minutes of video from Colitzo, and literally as I'm editing it, literally I was like I didn't get enough of this. So it was pretty amazing. But I want to actually kind of with the German I do know, kind of go through this and kind of see what it says, and I'll probably give you guys a little bit of a rundown of it at some point. Put that over here. All right, and I picked this up, and unfortunately it got wet, but this is just like their catalog, and I'll see if there's anything cool in here. I mean, they have like, just flipping through here real quick. They have the my hands are in the way. They have like the Oase, like you can control your garden, like with your iPad, which I thought was pretty cool. A bunch of different ponds in here. Pond liner. I mean, it's not cheap. So, got like your gold. I don't know how well you can see this in the camera, but the goldfish for your garden. So, got some goldfish. Let me see. Bunch of other stuff in here. I don't want to bore you guys with reading the catalog, but some filters, food. So it was just their catalog. I thought it was pretty cool. Now this is pretty cool. I want to keep this now. So they've got the different types of koi in here. The different types, which I thought was pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so this book was all about ponds. And then the next thing here is this is an airlifter. So it's I thought it was kind of interesting. Actually, maybe I'll even do a video on this. I understand enough to be dangerous. Like, I can go to Germany and order food. My daughter was actually shocked when we went into like a bakery and I could I'll call it like BS my way to ordering food. My wife's a German teacher, so if I don't know something, I'll have her translate it for me when she has time. So actually I'm going to take this thing out of the box real quick and see what it's all about. So it's got some drop it on the floor. Maybe we'll just assemble it right here. So it's basically, I'm throwing the pieces around. So it looks like it's expandable too. It's like it expands. It's kind of interesting. Wow, it's got like a... Yeah. Alright, I'll play with it later, but pretty interesting. And then the last thing I bought, I actually bought some... There's a company called JBL, which I saw all over the place, which I wonder if it's very similar to JBJ. Could be. And then I bought this thing, which is, it's a scraper. It's like the angled model, and then it's got you take the blade off of it, maybe. And then it's got a little blade on here. And then I actually bought, while I was there, I was smart and I bought the replacement blades. So that's the unboxing. I've been kind of waiting to do that. I've been wanting to play with some of this stuff. I'll play some more with that airlifter, and I might even do a video on it. So, do want to get to the Facebook posts of the week. So, let's get to that. Alright, so, first post here is, I think this was very appropriate for last week's, or not last week's, but 2 weeks ago. Lacey's Place is here. How's it going? So this is very apropos for what my daughter went and showed you guys the truth last week. So top of it is what you think your house looks like with a fish tank, what it actually looks like. So thought that was pretty funny. Wonder if anyone else has the same experience. Give you guys a second to have a look. And then we'll flip to the next one. And I'll have to read this to you. Hey, Full Moon Aquatics. Sorry you have to go, but this one, let me see what it says. Alright, it comes out better on the screen than it did on mine. So this is a pet peeve of mine. So, 210-gallon tank stand canopy setup, getting out of the hobby, lots of nice equipment, and will not part out. It's a pet peeve of mine when people sell stuff. I don't buy a lot of stuff anymore, but these people, they'll go out, in the old days when you had the forums, they go out there and they're like, hey, I'm selling this system. I will not part it out. I will never part it out. And then, you wait a month and they don't sell any of it because no one's going to buy, like, a complete system. And so, I think this happens more in saltwater, but, like, literally, like, you need the lights or you just need the pumps or whatever. And, like, these guys, like, you have to buy the whole thing. So that's my pet peeve. One of my pet peeves is, like, just part the thing out, because no one's gonna buy, like, the entire tank. I know, like, with saltwater it's harder to rehome the fish, but KG Cichlids is here. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is what I don't like, right? And then if you go to the bottom of the post, they actually list out the equipment that's in there. But yeah, this is kind of this is a pet peeve, and it kind of struck me the other day when I saw it. I'm like, this is something good to talk about. Yeah, I'd buy 100 of them for sure at that price, but I don't think that person would get rid of them. So I wouldn't want to stand in. Exactly, this is the point. Like, if I buy a tank, I don't have custom built stands here in the barn, just because like stands like that. Small Fry Aquatics is here. How's it going? Yeah, like 500 would be. Although I think it may have had like Radion lights, which they're like 750 a piece, and that tank there's probably at least 3. So I could say maybe $1,000 or $2 that they're gonna ask for it. You know, you can bargain them down, but sorry, I needed a drink. So that was kind of my my little pet peeve. So, do you guys want me to go back over anything? We've got about 15 minutes left or so. And then I do want to get to the little announcement. It's a small thing. It's not permanent by any means. I'll do that first. Just for the next couple months, like in the summer, I'm gonna kind of discontinue the Thursday video. I need a little bit more time. There's some things I need to do for the channel, fix up around here in the fish barn, and I just need a little bit more time. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up that if you don't see a Thursday video, they will definitely more than likely come back in the fall. But needed to buy a little bit more time. And making the Thursday videos right now is kind of getting in the way, I guess, call it. So, and that way I can build up some videos and stuff too. I want to work a little bit on just so you guys know, I want to work a little bit on the quality of the videos as well. I want to get them a little bit better. So, it's one of the things I'm going to be working on. Speaking of the camera, I've been watching a few videos on how to play around with the camera settings a little bit. Like you saw in the video here, the jerkiness. Maybe I do have to get a gimbal. That would definitely probably help. So definitely something I just want to let you guys know. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I will be back Thursdays as well, coming up soon. Just if you guys don't see a video, there may be a few Thursday videos coming out, but they'll be kind of hit and miss in the summer. There'll still be the Sunday video, Chris. So I was putting out 2 a week, but I was going to pause the Thursday one. As you guys all know, summertime, not a lot of people watch YouTube. You guys do, but it's kind of I need to get a few things done around here, house-wise and barn-wise. So I just needed to get a few things done. I want to learn some more about my camera too. Try to improve the quality, like I said a few minutes ago. So that was kind of the idea. There will be some Thursday videos that will probably come out. I'll probably find some that would fit kind of like what those Thursday videos were, and have those out on that time. But for I'd say probably starting the beginning of September, like when the kids go back to school, videos will kind of start flowing again on Thursdays as well. But that was just something I wanted to let you guys know. Do you guys have any other thing you want me to show again? If you want, I can kind of run in the background. I'll run the video here, and we can talk here as well. But Xenotoka Dodroi. Aquabid. Maybe. Maybe try the Gadiad working group if you're not involved with that. I don't have those. I've got Eiseneye and Lion's Eye, but I do not have Dodroi. So definitely that's what I would try. Maybe check Get Gills as well. I think there's been a few Gadiads that have shown up on there on occasion. But that's the best I've got. Hey Chris, thanks for coming by. If you guys, an hour before this, check out Chris's live stream that comes on. So, definitely something to keep in mind. So if you come on 8 Eastern, Chris is on, does quite a few various very cool pieces of art. So, but yeah, check out the Get Guild store for sure. I've bought quite a few things from there. There's some things on there right now. Yeah, I know maybe do you know of Andrew Prokowski? Maybe check with him. That's about it. I don't know if you're close to Chicago. Maybe the Chicago Livebearer Association might have some. That's really it. Otherwise than that, you're kind of hit and miss. Trying to check out... that's really all I got. Unfortunately. Yeah, American Livebearer too. Yeah, Small Fry. Yeah, check out the website, and maybe you probably have to join it. But the Chicago Aquarium Society, they have quite a few. I would maybe check out, if you can ever get to Grand Rapids, check out the Grand Rapids swap, the Grand Rapids club meetings. Their meetings are pretty cool. I got a lot of good deeds there when I went. Or if you can get like someone like a Pat Hartman to come speak at your club, that's another one. So that's all I can think of. I think that's about it. I know there's a lot of guys in Texas as well looking at breeding Gadias. I got a lot of them in Aquashella too. So I don't know where you would check in Texas. Yes, reach out to Jeremy. Jeremy would for sure be someone to reach out to. I don't know what he's got, but definitely got some cool stuff. So, all right, it's 9:53. So we are going to stop probably around 10. Starting to run out of gas a little bit, but so do you guys have any last questions? Definitely enjoyed this stream. It was a lot of fun. The Germany trip was a lot of fun. Got to rest a little bit. If you guys didn't watch Sunday's video, Fish Barn came through fine. Got actually some new fry in here as well. So, yeah, Jeremy knows quite a few people. He probably will be able to get them for you. So, all right. If there's not any last minute questions, I'm honestly running out of gas. Andrew breeds them. Yes, Andrew Prokowski does have, would have them as well. I don't know if he sells them anywhere. That's the thing. I know he has a bunch of them. I just don't know if he sells them or not. Thanks, Dan. I've definitely had a great trip. Yeah, so I am going to let's see, small fry. Let me see anything else that I missed before we go ahead here and go ahead and shut it down. Make sure I didn't get any of his questions. I think I got it all. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down here. Do appreciate you guys watching. Check out the video that will come out Sunday. That'll be the Colizzo. I'll share out the premiere. I probably am going to do it as a premiere. I just got to check our schedule. So, obviously it'll be in the afternoon probably, but it won't overlap anyone's stream, so I'll check with the people that I know that stream that day to make sure there's not any streams on Sunday in the afternoon. But that would be, that's pretty much it. So, if you guys can stay fishy, keep on breeding, I will catch you guys on the next one.